Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Hani Ismail from Planning Engineer website, and we are still in the introduction section. In this video, we'll talk about how to perform cost control. The cost control stages, in my opinion, there are four. First stage is to create the budget plan. Then you collect the update. Then you analyze and report. Then you take corrective action and update your budget plan if necessary. The cost control process is an iterative series of actions. It means after we create the budget plan, collect the updates, actual, analyze and report the cost control performance, then we might need to take some corrective actions and update the budgeted plan accordingly. For example, if we have calculated our budget cost plan based on certain productivity rates for raft foundation, during the updates, we found big deviation between budget productivity and the actual productivity inside. Upon investigation, we found that due to site special conditions, the raft foundation is taking more hour than budget. Accordingly, cost control engineer should inform the management about his or her findings and take a permit to change the budget cost plan. This action will give the management of the company an early alarm and estimation of this issue impact to the project cash flow. So the cost control process plan, do, check, act. This is a cycle is very famous in project management and we'll apply the same cycle in this course. So what is the budgeted cost plan components? Budgeted cost plan components. During the course, we will see step by step how to create the budgeted plan using smart techniques. However, in this point, I will let you know the basics of budget cost plan. So the budget cost plan, we have direct costs and we have indirect costs. The direct cost will be material cost, labor cost, equipment cost, and subcontractor cost. The indirect cost is site supervision salaries, site offices costs, project financial cost. I mean here by project financial costs, if you will take a loan from the bank to finance the project or any additional cost will occur but not related to one activity. And here head office costs. By a basic concept, the direct cost is any costs can be loaded to a certain site activity. Indirect cost, any costs cannot be loaded to a certain site activity. We'll see an example in a second to explain more about direct and indirect cost. So the first step in cost control is to prepare the project budgeted costs. Accordingly, we have two types of costs. Direct cost is the cost of materials, labors, equipment, subcontractor, or any other costs that can be loaded to a certain activity. As we said, indirect cost, it is the cost of supervision salaries, site offices, money paid to issue LCs, guarantees, etc. to the client. This involved also any costs cannot be loaded to a certain activity. Here we'll talk about example of indirect and direct costs. Let's say we have the blue two equipment, tower crane and concrete pump. Which one is direct and which one is not direct in your opinion? The concrete pump, this is one equipment, and the tower crane, this is the other equipment. Think a little bit. Which one should be direct cost and which one should be indirect cost? For sure, the concrete pump is direct cost since it is part of concrete works, where the tower crane is indirect cost because we cannot specify which activity this equipment serves. Tower crane will serve the concrete, masonry, finishes, etc. Too many other activities. That's why in this case we'll put it as indirect cost. Let's talk about B, project baseline schedule. Well, I can hear your inner voice asking why we need project baseline to perform cost control. Simply, we need to have a project cash flow. I mean here the real cash flow, which include the cash in, cash out, and the net cash. We need to tell our company about the maximum negative cash flow we expect in this project. And all of that cannot be done without having the project baseline. Don't worry, even if you are not a planning engineer, I will tell you what to do later on in the course. So here is an example of the cash flow I'm talking about. Here, for example, we took our advanced payment. Here we start paying, then we have here positive cash flow. Then we have here the negative cash flow. Here the problem of most company will happen. I will tell you why. At the beginning of the project, we start making positive cash flow. So all of this positive cash flow. Now, if you are not making a good study, you might think that the project will continue in the positive cash flow. Where you have here at certain stage amount of money required, and it is big amount of money required in this date to maintain and complete the project to be completed on time. We'll talk about this in details when we reach this lesson, but here I would like to tell you this is very important piece of information. The chart above showing the net cash flow of the project, where it will start with advanced payment and monthly wise work in progress will require spending money, and accordingly we get paid from the client. The most useful information in this chart that by month of December 2020 the company should have 20.4 millions to finance the project. This is the capital required, which is very important to be known. We'll talk about step number 2, collect the updates. This is where most of engineers stuck and could not provide fast and accurate updates. Remember, we agreed at the beginning of the course that we want to work smart, not hard. Accordingly, in this course, I have developed a smart way to update the progress of actual cost with minimum efforts. To be honest, the challenge here is the progress update, since the actual cost can be collected easily from invoices. However, it is important to know the actual cost for each activity as well. This will help to define problems and cost overrun later on. So we will have in our step the progress update and we will have the actual costs. Step number 3, analyze and report. This is the most exciting part where all your effort will show its values. Putting bits and pieces of information together so will result an amazing summary report with limitless possibilities of the other detailed reports. By implementing the cost control technique in this course, you will be able to find where are the activities that causing delays to the project and take the relevant corrective action. I mean here by delays, I don't mean delays in time, but I mean delays in cost. We will talk about it later on also. So this is a project summary report. This project showing the material performance, the labor performance, the equipment performance, and subcontractor performance. Summary report will give you the overall picture of the project. Our report will be interactive where you can filter the data by the project, division of work, and type of cost. The report in the left is a sample where it shows the actual cost for subcontractor is more than the budgeted cost. Accordingly, we will dig down in the detailed report to find which activity in our project is causing the cost overrun. This will come us to talk about project detailed report. When it comes to the detailed report, we should be able to define the cost variance down to the activity name. Also, we need to know the location, zone, etc. So we'll having a very detailed report with very nice slicers or filters in our data model. So we'll be easily can find the problems and fix them. What is the corrective action we are talking about here? Now you know, as per the example above, that Zone 2 and Zone 3 concrete for foundation are causing a cost overrun of 5,100 and 5,400 respectively. You can go now to the concerned person and talk with him or her to see how to fix this issue. Remember, this could be the first week update. We are not waiting until the problem is ended. Then we discover the problem. We are solving the problem before it became a big problem. This is called corrective action. You might need to update your budget plan as well. As we said before, that cost control is an iterative process. Cost control is very easy to whoever understand it. Four simple steps: create budget, collect the update, analyze and report, then take corrective actions if required. I hope you found this lesson simple and easy. See you in the next one.